last episode, our group got to work on their various tasks after Captain Lawrence Mickelson left them in the town square. Immediately catching back up with Mickelson in front of the king's domain, he gives Topknot their reward and leaves them to divvy it up amongst themselves. Unhappy with the payment, the magnificent Ironhammer and his monkey pal Felix put on a magic show for the captain and his underling, Private Peter Parts. Despite a few miscues, they eventually made it back to Trip and Topknot with a nice chunk of change that Felix surprisingly passes out between everyone. After a quick trip back to the forest, they gave the velocipedes to the stable master, Jackson, in return for a longer loan for Tank and the cart. With the rest of their free day, they checked out a couple shops around town, including Pell's Pelts, a fur trade shop manned by Pell, Magnus's older brother. While the rest of the group stocked up at the general store, Topknot read up on the wonders of anal fisting at the library and had a light bulb idea. In order to get the astral's lens to work, he must give it power. Now with a semi-complete pair of astral glasses and a full night's sleep, they find themselves waking up in Edna's tavern with only one question. Where do we go from here? Welcome back to Retrograde, a D&D campaign by Fudged Roll. I am your waifu, Derek Day. That honestly hurt to say. Joining me are the town weeaboos, Andrew Akers, Ty Sheets,
Hey,
Ian Jones,
Konnichiwa.
and no Jesse Wagner. Unfortunately, Jesse is dealing with a severe case of belly button herpes and was not able to make it today. You guys are all waking up in your own beds inside Edna's tavern.
New day, new me.
I go downstairs for a breakfast beer. I'm gonna go downstairs too.
I go down whistling a little tune.
Downstairs, you see Edna just sitting at one of the tables with a couple of the older guys that you recognize from before.
They just live here. They never leave.
She'll see you on, say, ooh, good morning. How'd you all sleep?
Really good. Like a baby.
Wonderful. Can I get any of you guys anything for breakfast?
Ew.
Any specific kind?
Ew. I'm not a morning person. I don't respond.
I would like to have a potato.
Do you have any fresh fruit?
Yes. We have some strawberries, blueberries, and potato. Like raw?
Yeah, like just a potato. It doesn't have to be cooked.
Just a gnaw on?
I'm just gonna eat it like an apple.
Ooh, like a weird little hamster. Okay. Ironhammer, she will pour you some more of that sludge from last night.
Nice.
And slide it over. Trip, you get a collection of various fruits. And Topknot, she'll throw a potato at your feet.
She throws a potato at my feet.
She'll hand it to you.
Thanks, Edna. I'm gonna hand her a piece of copper.
That's almost more insulting than actually paying her.
It's a potato. Fine, two copper.
That's my tip. Here's another tip. Get the fuck out of here. She'll thank you for the copper.
Edna, your emotions are all over the place.
That's a year wage.
This is all on me, so don't worry about any cost.
Very kind.
Was there anything else that we wanted to do in town, or are we heading north?
Out of character, the only stuff was Felix needed to get his robe. You guys need to get Tank. And if you wanted to talk to the king or go to the church or anything, those are the only two places you haven't stopped at.
Did we need to talk to DuPont again? Or were we all set with money?
Yeah, you're all set for everything. You don't have to go anywhere else.
Gotcha.
Just if you need to.
Still missing about 500,000 platinum, but
Well, we can collect later.
fair enough.
Where's Felix? Did he sleep in?
He must have.
I mean, I'm fine with this. It's kind of a peaceful morning.
Yeah, but I kind of missed, the scent of urine.
It reminds me of home.
I'm going to take my potato to go and just kind of walk around town. Just
There
take
you
in the
go.
morning.
Does she put it in like a little box for you?
No, I'm just carrying it like an apple, taking little bites out and just kind of walking around. I'm trying to enjoy the present. And before I go, I'm going to look back. I'll meet you guys at the stable then whenever you're ready.
Topknot, you can leave with your potato in hand and start walking around. I'm actually going to go with what you said. I'm going to say Felix did sleep in. and is still in his room. Top Nut, can you roll me a perception?
Ooh, 16 plus 4.
As you're walking around munching on your potato, there's not a ton of people out because it's still early morning, but anybody that is out is giving you some weird looks.
Giving me weird looks?
Yeah.
Oh. I just
Because you didn't comb your hair. Bad case of bedhead.
What's the weather like this time of the year down here?
So we are actually we're moving out of fall and moving into winter. So not as cold as Illuminique. However, it is getting slightly chilly, overcast, not as much sun.
I'm going to throw my coat on just to be a little bit toasty. And I'm just going to walk around, maybe after a bit, find a place to sit and just people watch.
You can find a bench pretty close to the castle, actually, that gives you pretty good 180 view of everything.
Is there like a jewelry store here? I would like to purchase a pearl.
It's in the town square, right next to Pell's Pelts. It's just a small little building, whatever necessary size it is. Very, very, very cramped, but inside it's elegant, lined with white furs from Pell's Pelts that he generously donated. You walk in and you spot Addison DuPont on the other side of the building.
As in like shopping, or does she own the jewelry store?
Acting as a shopkeeper.
I say hello. I give her a fist bump because we haven't seen each other in a while and we're bros.
Yeah, she immediately fist bumps you. What's up, my dude?
I'm looking for a pearl. Not a big one, but a cheap one.
Cheap. That's kind of an oxymoron, don't you think?
You're not wrong. Lay it on me. What you got?
Any specific color?
No, just a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Okay. She will duck down for a second and grab a bowl from underneath the bench, just filled with pearls, pulled up. There's a pretty large collection, I'd say at least 20 or so, of different opaque yellow, white, pink gemstones of varying sizes. Most of these are actually pretty rare, upwards of 200 to 300, but I do have some that are 50, 75 gold pieces.
But nothing that's worth at least 100. And exactly 100. 101 would be okay. I'll tell you what, one of those 200 gold piece pearls, I'll give you 100 for.
She'll pull one out. This is just a pretty average white pearl. This one's exactly 100 gold.
Oh, wow. How convenient. I'll take it. Do I get a friend discount?
You know what? Sure. We'll give you 15% off. So that'll be 85.
Nice. All right. I give her 85.
And in addition, let's make it a BOGO. You can have one of anything under 85 gold.
What else has she got?
I mean, obviously magic isn't approved in this area, so just various jewelry, necklaces, rings.
You said those furs are pretty nice, right?
The furs are pretty nice. Yes.
Can I have one of those furs?
My decorative furs on the walls?
I
mean, those aren't for sale, but if you need it.
Well, yes, I need it.
Roll me persuasion.
14.
Sure. I don't have a knife or anything on me, so if you want to go over and just cut some off, I guess go ahead.
How big is it? Can I just rip it from the wall?
So it's basically wall-to-wall, just white furs stitched together.
Okay, I'll use the knife from the explorer's pack, and I'll cut off. I want enough that it could make a small cape.
I'll say you can cut out like a 3x5.
Okay, I take a 3x5.
It's very noticeable in the wall, but Addison doesn't say anything.
That's because we're buddies. I give her another fist bump and say Iron Hammer out.
See you later, crocodile. Oh my God, I actually fucked it up. That's not the...
Yeah, that was... Jesus Christ, Eric.
All right, so you've got your pearl and material for a cape.
It's real fur, right?
Yeah.
Not like some nylon shit?
No, it came straight from Pell.
Nice. Okay, good. I needed fur too, so it worked out. I will tie it around me as if it was a cape.
Doesn't give you any special bonuses since it hasn't been crafted into a robe.
Do I look good?
Yeah, you look really cool, like a toddler wearing a towel around his neck.
Nice. That's all I care about. Okay, I'm satisfied.
Trip, anything?
No, I mean, really, I'm kind of ready for everyone else.
Top knot? Anything interesting while you're people watching?
As I sit on the bench, I start to cry a little. Not like sad tears, but just my eyes are watering a bit, and one or two little tears fall down my cheek.
So you're looking down a little bit, but you notice a pair of boots walks up directly in front of you.
I look up.
Looking up, you notice a uniform, and the further you go, you recognize the face as Private Peter Parts.
I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. What's going on?
I don't know. I just got the weirdest feeling that I was never going to see this place again.
Well, I mean, you're here. You're welcome. DuPont's planning a farmhouse.
You want me to say thank you? No, I know. It's not a bad thing. It's just a weird feeling. I can't really describe it. Just that this is the last time I'm ever gonna see this place.
He doesn't know really what to say. He's pretty young. He's only about 19 or so he'll just lay a hand on your shoulder.
Thank you. And I'm gonna stand up. I should probably get going. Thank you. Then I start heading toward the stable.
If you all want to start heading over, you can meet up about the same time. And outside, you can see the stable master just taking care of his horses.
By the time I get to the stable, I'm whistling, and like my eyes.
What are you whistling?
Hey there, Mr. Blue. Like just a real happy-go-lucky Hall & Oates.
Are you trying to emulate Hall or are you trying to emulate Oates?
Which one seems happier?
Well,
I'm trying to be that one.
are either of them particularly happy?
I don't know.
You start walking up, whistling, and you can see the stable master's foot kind of actually like start pounding in rhythm. Good morning, boys. I'd assume you're ready to take Tank back.
I'm a man. Yes, sir.
And where's Felix? Having a mid-afternoon snooze. What time is it by now? We're approaching noon, I imagine.
I'm going to say the time, it's not noonish. It's more close to like maybe 10 a.m.
Oh, what time did we wake up?
You guys woke up pretty early, probably at 7 or 8.
I'd really like to get going if we can. Should one of us go wake up Felix?
I'll go do it. Go back to Gerda's bar and go to Felix's room.
Will you just call the bar?
Gerda. I can't remember her name.
No one has a name in this game. They're just whatever we decide in the moment.
Yeah, you can go up to his room. His door is slightly ajar.
I kick it open.
You kick it open with such force that it breaks one of the hinges.
It hits the wall and comes back. Hits you.
Yeah, with a huge thud. But you look at the bed and Felix is still there snoozing, obviously completely stark naked.
I throw the stone of healing at him.
Roll me a hit.
It was a 9, so probably, I don't know what his AC is, but probably above 9.
He's prone though.
That's true, he is prone. That means I get advantage, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
It's actually
18. And that is 1 damage and 1 healing.
It hits, and the only thing that happens is it interrupts his snoring for a second, and he goes right back into it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to cast... Oh, no, wait. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and use it to make my voice 3 times as loud as normal and yell at him to wake up.
I'll say that probably does it. What the fuck was that?
Time to go, buddy. We've got adventuring to do.
Iron Hammer. Oh, I'm already peeing.
Oh, good. You're ahead of schedule. I collect the rock as well.
He'll throw his robe on backwards and grab his staff.
On my way out, I will also cast mending on the hinge I broke.
That's very kind of you.
Nobody has to know.
Where are we meeting at? I gotta grab my robe first.
We're meeting by George's stables.
George's. Okay, got it. I'll meet you there.
I see you in a bit, buddy.
He already paid and everything, so I'll just say he goes and collects it, and we'll meet you back at the stable. And once he shows up, he'll say, where we decide on going?
We need to stop at Bromnus's. After that, we can kind of decide from there.
So you guys get tank back, same cart and everything. You can load up all your supplies, and tank 2 will ride up front next to Felix. And now with the horsepower again, you guys can make it back up to Bromnus's, and in just a few hours. We'll say it's probably 3 or 4 p.m. right now. It looks basically the exact same as you left it. Doesn't look like Bromnus has been here since then.
I wonder if he's still in Cirrus.
So there's no signs that anyone's been here at all, aside from like us when we killed those guys.
Roll me a perception.
That would be a natural 2, but I got a +5, 7.
Ironhammer, you don't notice anything different.
So, was the plan to travel up to ride the cart, either to Hanami Forest, or as far as we can get there, or the Oasis, or should we go to Cirrus and then take one of the portals back? Because that might save some time.
Definitely save some time to go to Cirrus first. Can we even get back to Cirrus?
We can.
We don't know. We don't know what happened after the big black discs fell from the sky.
Well, we can go up to where that portal thing is, the cloud in the sky, and then we can see if we can see any sign of anything.
All right, let's do it. Is there any sign of Toad?
Or Mop Mop?
that we can see? Yeah, what happened to Mop Mop?
If somebody else wants to roll perception.
I'm going to roll a perception. Unless
I didn't see shit.
I know that it should be Trip, because his is the best, but he doesn't know who any of these people are, except Bromnus. But he doesn't know Mop Mop or Toad.
Hey, my perception is +5. I just rolled terribly.
I rolled an 11.
It doesn't stick out immediately, but as you're talking about Cirrus and heading west in that direction, out of the corner of your eye, you spot a stick sticking out of the ground next to Bromnus' shed.
This is not the same area that we buried the people, is it?
No. That you buried them further up north in the forest.
Oh, I jump out of the cart and I'm going to run over to it.
As you get closer, you notice it's not just a stick, but looks more like a tree branch, as if somebody ripped it off a nearby tree and actually planted it into the ground. It has roots. As you start from the bottom and looking up, it has different vines and leaves, and as you get to the top, there's tiny berries growing.
Do I notice anything about the ground that it's next to? Like it was planted in like a hole? Like someone dug a hole and put it in?
Yes.
Can I tell?
Felix, are these berries poisonous?
You also spot one of Bromnus' shovels with fresh dirt just leaned against the shed. So Felix will, in the driver's seat, he'll look at you, Topknot, and say, I don't specifically recognize those, but they do look kind of like my good berries.
Oh, can you tell how long ago this was planted?
Everything looks pretty fresh, but it has to have been planted there for at least a couple weeks or so.
Oh.
We didn't notice it when we were here before?
No. Not that you didn't notice it, it was not there.
Do you guys want some? I'm sure Bromnus won't mind if we take a couple.
Oh, I'll take some.
Yeah, I'll pull a couple off and put it in my own pack as well, just like 2 or 3.
Bromnus! Are you here? Anybody?
Roll me another perception.
17.
Nobody responds. However, you do hear a slight grunt coming from inside the hut.
Bromnus!
And I'm going to go to the back door and see if I can open it.
Are you opening or?
Yeah.
Trip, are you with me since you just got some good berries as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so with Trip behind me, I'm going to crack the door open and look inside.
It's still pretty dark inside. Scanning from right to left, you see the hearth, the kitchen table, different tools and stuff. But as you get to the left, you notice there's, in the bed, there's a lump.
Bromnus?
I'm going to look over at Trip and kind of do like a little head nod, and I'm going to start to walk inside.
Hello? Are you okay?
And I'm going to poke him. Poke, poke, poke.
Bromnus! Wake up!
You hear a loud menacing "What?" from underneath the blanket. Whips out Toad.
Whoa, my boy.
Toad, it's you!
I'm going to look over to Trip and say,
Trip, it's Toad! You haven't met him, but he's really cool.
I don't like this guy.
Trip likes everybody.
There's just something about him.
Yeah, there's.
He wipes the sleep from his eyes and looks over and realizes it's Top Knot and says, "Little buddy."
Toad!
I'm just going to jump into his arms and give him a big hug.
He invites you immediately.
What happened? Where did you go?
It's a long story. As he's holding Top Knot, he looks up and realizes there's another guy and just glares at Trip.
Trip, go get Felix and Ironhammer. Let them know that Toad's here.
I'm gonna keep locking eyes with Toad and just slowly turn away.
He does the exact same.
It's like how a dog senses evil.
Man, Toad's not evil. He's just dumb. Cut him some slack.
He's noticing Trip.
Oh, well.
Little buddy, who is that?
Oh, that's Trip. He saved our life. We met him maybe a couple days ago.
I don't.
Scarlett's not with us anymore.
Good, but I don't trust the new one.
Oh, why? Because he said he didn't like you?
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
It's great to see you too. I have so much to tell you.
Did you plant that tree out back?
I did. That's mine. Do you like it?
Yeah, that's like, you're like a gardener.
We stole everything.
We took all the berries off.
I had him one of the berries.
Oh, wow. He'll pop it in and eat it. Delicious. Yeah, I just planted that last night.
Those are some good berries.
Thank you.
You planted that last night? You said it was weeks ago.
I said it looks like it was planted weeks ago.
Oh, Felix said it looked like... Okay, he just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Toad tells you it was just planted last night.
Wait. Like as a seed?
No, the stick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the berries are really good.
I'm going to eat one as well.
Do you want to roll me a D6?
5.
You heal 5 points.
I already was at health. So 5 temporary hit points.
Aren't they great?
Oh my gosh.
Are the other guys coming in?
I mean, I went outside to go get them.
Yeah, we've been touched.
I'm gonna say to Ironhammer and Felix, hey, there's some like ugly looking guy named Frog in there.
Frog? We don't know a frog.
Yeah, but Top Knot wants you to go in there, so.
Really? He needs us to come in? He can't just do this himself? Fine.
I guess we'll go in.
Felix will throw the reins down and stomp out like a little baby.
Right, I'll go in too.
Toad, I love you so much.
The other three will walk in and total say, Felix, Ironhammer, how are you guys?
Hey, what have you been?
It's quite a story.
Sitting on his lap still, I'm going to say.
Tell us the story. We have time.
It all started a long, long time ago.
Back in 1922.
I'm not going to do the voice, but I'll tell you guys because it would take forever.
Out of character, weren't we trying to wasn't he playing hide and seek?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he was.
He'll tell you he was playing hide and seek with Scarlet. I mean, this was like weeks ago at this point. and says that he eventually won because Scarlet never found him, so he just went to do his own business and eventually wound up in that idyllic forest that Top Knot stayed at for a little bit, drinking the water. He eventually did the same thing, sat down, just relaxed for a bit when he noticed a colony of bunnies in game known as Almirage, trying to protect their home from an owlbear. And if you look at the table inside Bromnus' hut, you will see a carcass, red meat covered in feathers that he must have been gnawing on. He helped them fight off the owlbear, and they rewarded him with that branch that you see outside. It's called a bountiful sapling. Planting the staff for 8 hours causes it to grow 4 fruits of your choice. The fruit provides enough nourishment for 1 person for 12 hours and heals for 1d6 hit points. If somebody wants to roll a history check.
15.
Top Knot, you are surprised to learn about this branch. You've never heard of anything that could grow fruit or even be planted in 8 hours. With your history check, you realize that this branch comes from the Tree of Life, Yggdrasil.
Oh wow, this branch, like it comes from this tree of life called Yggdrasil, and it's really powerful.
Okay.
I'm sharing. Do I know how far away this is?
The Tree of Life?
Yeah.
No, it's one of those mythical stories you didn't know if you could even believe, but this proves that there is something mystical out there.
Oh wow. I don't know, like the Hanami Forest is a forest and the Tree of Life is a tree, so like maybe we'll encounter it if we go that way. That'd be pretty cool. Good stuff. They're good berries. Sounds like you had your own quest. Your own adventure while we were out doing our stuff. That's pretty cool.
Is this your plan the whole time? Is Toad gonna take your place, Andrew? Is this the swap? Is this what you've been planning?
No.
Well, Toad, while you've been here, have you seen anybody else besides us?
No, I just got back here just a day or two ago.
Yeah, I guess you would have seen us then the last time we were here otherwise. So that makes sense.
Yeah, you would have been in the forest for a couple weeks now.
You didn't happen to see Scarlet while you were out there, did you?
No, and thank goodness.
Yeah, he's not good.
And the entire time he's still staring at Trip.
Okay, well, what are you gonna do now?
I don't know. I came back here to get some sleep. No plans. What are you guys up to?
You want to come to Cirrus? We're on a road trip.
To what?
Cirrus.
Sure.
Yeah,
Road trip.
Toad, it's up to you because it's not, it doesn't belong to us, but do you think maybe we could take that sapling with us? In case we go on, like, an adventure and need to have food?
You know what? For you, of course.
Thanks, Toad. You're the best. I'm going to give him another hug.
He remembers when you did your best to try to save his life.
I did say this.
To not let him get murdered.
Several times.
Yeah, let's head toward the entrance and maybe see if we can find a way into Cirrus.
Yeah, you guys can pack up back into the cart and head west. Just a couple. I mean, it only takes a minute to get there, but you get back to the edge of the cliff. Again, you see the swirling clouds above. You can feel the force of the wind rising. But from what you remember, you need some kind of spell to become weightless.
Kite.
Felix, didn't you learn how to do a flying spell just recently when you were in the cave? I remember you used your mushrooms, those ones that you were growing, and that there was like a flying spell.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He'll pull out his pack and pull out one of the light blue potions. It's about half full, but there's enough for each of you. Yeah, this should be enough to get us all up there.
Awesome. Let's go. Think happy thoughts.
Let's do it.
I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. We're like, what do they call it? The boys at Neverland Ranch, or the Lost Boys, or the what do they call it?
What?
In Peter Pan?
They're the Lost Boys. The boys at Neverland Ranch.
I was like, that's Michael Jackson. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Neverland.
We're going down a deeper path.
Yeah. Things just took a turn.
So like Peter Pan, you all can fly up. Toad is like, honestly, Toad is screaming the entire time. he's like scared shitless.
I know, it's so much fun.
Ah.
Oh, he's practicing his giant.
So after a couple minutes, you guys pass by Cirrus. It's still kind of a dumpster fire. Those big metal discs are still
Discs?
not black. They're still laying around. However, you can see that they've done their best to get back to normal.
We didn't see these black metal discs before, did we?
We saw them falling.
We didn't see them up close, though. Can I investigate them up close? Now that
It was only
Trip.
Trip had investigated them.
True. Can I investigate them?
Well, hold on. You guys pass by Cirrus and eventually land up amongst the portals.
So listen, Toad. They one of the ways to get in, like a ticket kind of, you have to get like a brand, like a magic brand. It doesn't really hurt. But I'm gonna see, because I'm gonna maybe end up staying for a little bit. I'm gonna see if maybe they can work with us and you won't have to get one, but just follow my lead.
Okay. The portals, you can still see the oasis to your right, illuminate directly ahead, and Hanami Forest to your left. And you can all start descending down the stairs, eventually come out to the gate of Cirrus, and you can enter the kind of guard tower. Inside is the woman I think Top Knot saw before. And then she also has a little subordinate now, since her previous coworker Chris is MIA. She'll recognize you all and say, "Welcome back." And she's a little taken aback when she sees Toad. "I recognize you all, so you guys are all free to enter, except for that one, big guy over there. What would you like your brand to be?"
Well, so we had come up actually to help out a good friend of ours, Claude. You probably know him. I'm planning on sticking around for a while to do some work. What kind of documents do we have to fill out to become citizens? Is there a test? We're looking to immigrate here.
So as you guys can tell by now, your brands are starting to fade.
Oh.
I'll still allow you in, but to become an actual citizen, you must get a tattoo. It becomes permanent.
The tattoo is permanent. The brands are temporary.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Is that all? All we had to do was get a tattoo instead of a brand? Then we would have been citizens?
And pledge your allegiance to Cirrus and Cirrus only.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Well, what does that entail exactly? Allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the Cirrus of the United Cirrus.
Yeah, you got it. You got the pledge. I mean, you're already welcome now at any outpost, but
we get no tangible benefits.
No, well, I can use the library.
unfortunately, what it does mean is you can no longer be associated with anybody on the ground. That is not part of the Cirrus.
What does that mean? Because, you're associating with us right now, and we're from the ground. So,
Sure.
does that mean that you're not
You have to arrest
associated?
yourself.
Can you arrest yourself?
You guys are all fine because Bromnus allowed you in. He's already tested you for that. What it means is if you have any connections to the land people, New Haven.
Well, what about the people at the outposts? They're on the ground.
Yeah, those are fine because they're part of Cirrus citizens.
Oh, okay. So, you can't associate with anyone from the ground except for the long list of exceptions.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
What's your tattoo?
She'll say she has a giant butterfly on her back.
I would love to become a citizen. I'll put a tattoo right on top of where the mom brand was. But I like the WoW, so you can keep WoW. And my buddy Toad here, he's gonna want to be a citizen as well.
And I turn to Toad and I whisper,
Nod.
I look at Toad and just shake my head no.
Top Knot, roll me a persuasion, yeah.
7.
Toad's actually not going to say anything. He's going to stand there like mouth agape. He's still taken aback by everything and isn't sure what to say. She will tell him, though, that you don't need to get a tattoo just yet. If you just want to get a brand for now, that's all right. We can decide later.
I love that the steps are like that.
It's a magic tattoo, so in an instant, she will stamp that WoW tattoo on. Any specific color ink?
All the colors of the rainbow. Really make people, when they see it, make them go, wow.
Wow, that's tacky.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll have like a rainbow gradient of a WoW tattoo. Toad is gonna look at all of you and say, "What's a brand? What do I get?"
I don't know. Maybe something that reminds you of your parents. I remember you had told me about them once. Maybe yours can say mom. Like wow, but upside down.
You know, that's a good idea. But I think I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go with my dad.
Daddy.
It's a daddy tattoo.
Give me daddy on my back.
Right now.
She'll give him a tramp stamp that says daddy.
So we're full citizens then, full rights, all that, right away.
Yes, you two are good. You and Toad. The others still have their brands, but they're allowed in.
Did you guys see Claude come in at all?
Yes, he just actually arrived earlier this morning from Illuminique. He just helped setting up Perry's shop. He should be in his bar.
Okay, thank you. How has the cleanup process been after the attack?
Not too good.
No, to see an attack like that against our people, it's just really.
Our people. We're getting back up on our feet. Things are running, but it's not back at full power just yet.
Yeah, it's probably an attack from those groundies.
And I'm going to start walking away.
After you say those groundies, she looks at you like he has no idea what he's talking about.
Hey, you racist son of a bitch.
So you guys can now enter through the gate, and as you head through town, it's same setup as before: library, tavern, general store.
I want to go check out the big black discs
Okay.
since I haven't seen them up close yet.
Trip, what are you doing while you're here? And Felix, you too. Where are you guys going?
Well, I can imagine that both of us will want to go to the alchemist again.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to Toad.
I think Toad and I are going to go over to the bar. If you guys wouldn't mind when you're finished doing the stuff you're doing, if you just want to meet me there.
At the bar?
Yeah, at the tavern in town. Claude's place.
I was going to go there anyway, so you're in luck.
Claude's establishment.
Oh, it's an establishment.
That's right.
Put some respect on his
It
name.
used to be just a place, right? When his dad owned it, and then he turned it into an establishment. Is that what the backstory was? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was originally, I think his name was Gus, like Gus's dumpster fire or something.
It's so are Claude and Perry brothers? They're cousins.
They're cousins.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because Perry's dad, his name was Harry.
Barry.
Brother cousins.
Larry?
Don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure it was Harry, but
It was definitely Barry.
Was he a good Barry? Anyway, so we're going to start heading.
I'm cutting that.
I'm going to start heading to the bar with Toad. And I want to talk to him on the way, but I'm going to let these guys do their thing first.
Ironhammer, you can go up to Drada's Armaments. Since it wasn't really a necessary business, it's still kind of in ruins. But there is still a metal disc basically in the middle of the building.
Can I see if I recognize what it is? If I'm familiar with this kind of metal?
Roll a history.
14.
Yes. More than any other metal, this sticks out. You remember it is the exact same metal as the plaques in Illuminique, same as the chests in the cave that you guys woke up in. It seems to be popping up here and there.
I'd like to try and use my artisan's blessing on it. So I can conduct an hour-long ritual to make a non-magical item that includes some metal. I'd like to try and make, I guess, a hammer, like a war hammer out of this metal and see if it's like anything special. Like it won't be magic, but if it is like, I don't know, has some other special abilities when I smack stuff.
So I'll allow you to remove metal from it. If you can picture like control water, it's more like a control metal where you can put a decent amount inside your pack. However, it rejects the warhammer.
So I can't turn it into a warhammer.
No, but you have the raw metal material.
How much metal would you say I had? Oops.
I'd say about 8 pounds.
8 pounds, big black metal.
Yeah, so enough to... I can't believe I let that go. Yeah, enough to make a warhammer or any kind of weapon or shield.
But it failed. Did it like fail right away, or did I just like sit there for an hour and then nothing happened? Could I like tell that nothing was happening?
Yes. Yeah. Well, sitting there for an hour, you were able to warp the metal to almost turn it into a liquid, so it breaks off the object and swirls around a bit. But after an hour, you just were not able to get it to solidify into the warhammer shape.
So now it's 8 pounds of liquid, big black metal.
Liquid, but then after the ritual was done, it just basically formed solid again and just landed on the ground as if a metal brick.
Interesting. Well, I take my metal brick. That's pretty much all I wanted to do. So I'll go back to Clouds.
On the way to the bar, I'm going to turn to Toad.
How would you feel about getting a job with me and staying here?
It sounds nice, but what about Bugsy?
When was the last time you saw Bugsy?
I don't know. I can't count.
Well, if you go back down to the surface and King DuPont's men find you and they think that you are still a tyrant, then they're going to kill you. And I don't want that to happen. Now, maybe down the road we could try to find Bugsy and bring him here too. But right now, I mean, you have me.
This might be one of the only times that Toad gives you a serious look. And he says, do you promise?
Promise to
bring them up here.
I promise to try.
He'll give a moment of hesitation and he'll agree. Yes, as long as we can at least try.
So yeah, I'm saying that to that before we walk into the bar. And I'm just going to say, right before we walk in,
just wait right at the door when we walk in and let me do the talking.
Trip and Felix, you guys can enter Winry's shop. It's still a little messy. However, it is back up and running at minimal. And Winry is inside sitting in her chair with a cast on her leg. She'll see you two and say, oh, welcome back. My two favorite customers. How are you both doing?
Doing good. Winry, if you remember the last time that I was in, I showed you this one potion that neither of us were able to identify. Now, I want to try and make something different with it. I was wondering if you might be able to give me some tips.
You want to do something different with it? In what way?
So normally it would change your personality, but I want to combine personalities.
How do you know this?
I tried it on some mice.
I'm going to have you roll, but first I need to know, are you saying all of this with Felix next to you?
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was there. No.
you're fucked now.
I'll give you an out just because Jesse's not here. If you want, I'll let you wait until Felix goes upstairs.
Yeah, what I'm doing.
Felix is just going to wave at Winry, say hi, whatever, and he's going to immediately just go upstairs and start looking at the potions. With mice? What did you notice?
The white mice would turn black, and Some of them that were a little bit more hostile before became more peaceful, and vice versa.
Interesting. I have never heard of that before. So what were you think, combining something?
Yeah, I was wondering if there was any way that we could, rather than, take a black to a white or a white to a black, just to make a gray.
We'd almost have to dilute it somehow. You know what? Let me look into that. I'll get back to you.
Sounds good.
She'll take that, and might take her a little while to figure it out, but that'll be her main task. Is there anything here you need?
No, that was pretty much my only question that I had for you. This thought was coming into my head and figured you'd be the person to ask.
Yes, yeah. I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best.
Thanks, Winry. And I give her a fist bump.
She doesn't give you a fist bump. She doesn't know what that means.
Is it kind of like she does like the awkward turkey?
Up in Cirrus, they don't have this kind of slang, this kind of ground slang.
This kind of slang.
By this time, Felix will walk back downstairs and tell Winry. He'll thank her, and he's just gonna walk out.
We're just going to say that he stole potions, and then Jesse gets to decide next time what potions he stole. Has he ever purchased anything there, or has he stolen everything every time?
He's stolen everything.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you guys walked in and she was like my two favorite customers. And all he steals it. Repeatedly.
He paid about 5 gold for those bombs, but that's it.
She doesn't wonder where all her supplies are going all the time.
There was that fire.
Oh, fair. That's true. That's true. He's got him out.
What state is the shop in?
California.
Shut up. The back deck and the supply room up top is still pretty much in shambles. The potion room was hit a little bit, but it's still pretty maintained. Everything else is fine. It's just some of the glass has been broken out. Felix and Trip, you guys can enter Claude's establishment as you see Topknot, Ironhammer, and Toad already drinking. But beforehand, Topknot and Toad, you guys can enter. Claude will see you and just give you just a slight head nod.
Hi, Claude. I'm here to start my service with you. And I brought a friend as well. He's really strong, stronger than I am, and he's looking for a job and a place to stay.
And I'm going to gesture for Toad to kind of step in after me.
Toad is in the halfway in the door, just kind of peeking in a little bit. Claude will say, "Yeah, bring him in. We could always use more help."
I feel like I haven't really been a part of something in a very long time, and I think I'm just ready to turn over a new leaf. My companions don't know. Maybe they have an idea, but I don't think they really know that I'm planning on staying yet. So I was wondering, too, if I'd be able to rent out your establishment for the rest of the evening and pay whatever I need to just to rent the place out for us.
Roll me a persuasion.
11.
Yeah, that's fine with me. If you can just give me 10 gold, drinks for free, you can have the bar for the night.
I'm going to give him 25 and just say,
"Thank you for everything. And I'm sorry about what I did to your face."
You know what? It's been a curse and a blessing.
right. And Toad and I are going to have a seat. We're just going to have drinks, everything lined up. So when everyone else starts to come in, they have their pick. They can have whatever they want.
Yeah, before you even do that, Claude is going to go into the middle of the tavern, stand on a table and say, "Everybody get the fuck out of here." And slowly, one by one, they'll leave, just confused. But yeah, it's just you, Toad, and Claude now. Claude's actually going to look at you, Topknot, and say, "If you do a good enough job, you can be free to do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to hold you to some kind of servitude."
I understand. There's a couple things I'd like to do around the city here as well. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Leuven, the librarian here, but there's some unfinished business that I have with him as well. So I think I'm going to stick around for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Leuven should be there. He's almost always in there.
Okay, and then I'm just waiting, getting drinks ready. I put one or two back before anyone else comes in, just to give me the courage to say what I need to say.
Slowly, one by one, Ironhammer will enter first, with Felix entering behind and Trip being the last one to enter.
Guys, we got the good stuff. Top shelf.
Toga.
Top shelf, courtesy of your buddy, Top Knot.
I'll pop out one of those bottles of wine I took as well from Bear.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, Oscar Plunkett.
Yeah, of course, that was his name.
No, that was his name.
Is everyone here now?
Yes, everybody is there. You guys can all be sat at the bar.
We have the whole place to ourselves. I made sure to talk to Claude, and no one's going to come to bother us, and we can have all the drinks we want.
Nice.
I guess I'll just get right into it. So I know I've been talking about it for a while, but I think I'm going to stay here for a little bit. I have some things I need to do, and I feel like I get in your guys' way more so than not. I think it's just best for everybody.
You don't you don't get into our way. I don't feel that way. I don't know if what Felix and Ironhammer feels, but I just joined this group, and you seem to be quite the leader since I've been here.
Quite the leader. I'm not the born leader.
Felix is going to say, I don't agree with that one bit, but
I'm actually the leader of the group.
Yeah, little buddy, we've had our spats, but you're always welcome. But I won't stop you.
And you were really nice to me yesterday. So I appreciated that. I don't know, like I'm just not made for this kind of life. Like, I just wanted a quiet life. That's all I ever really wanted. And I don't know, I just felt like I was constantly thrown into these scenarios that I was never prepared for. And I'm not going to leave you guys empty-handed though. And
I'm going to pull out my boots of spider climbing, and I'm going to hand them to Ironhammer. And I'm going to say,
I know that you're not the best when it comes to climbing stuff. And
I resent that.
I just want you to take care of yourself out there. And I know that nothing else could get in your way. It's just those darn like little climbing little things that mess you up. And I know now with these, you're going to be unstoppable.
That's true.
So they might not quite fit. You might have to get them fitted, but we're pretty closely sized.
and I'm going to take off my hat, and I'm going to I have the little spinner on it now. So I spin it, and then I'm going to hand it over to Felix.
I feel like this kind of fits like your personality. Like, it's just kind of wacky.
I don't want your piss hat.
It's green. And now you're always going to know when it's raining and when it's windy.
Felix is going to take it, look at it for a second. Top Knot, roll me an insight.
17.
Felix doesn't show these kind of emotions too often, but you can tell he is a little sentimental looking at it, and then he immediately whips it back in your face. There's pee on this thing.
I'm gonna pick it up and just put it on the table, and I'll say,
You can take it when you're ready.
and then I'm gonna turn to Trip.
I know that you haven't really been with our group as long as, the rest of us, but I think I've definitely bonded with you the most.
And I'm gonna hand him my gas mask.
I know that you work around like chemicals and like your potions and things. And I don't know terrible much about you, and I wish that I had learned more. But I just want you to take this mask as, something to remember me by.
I extend my hand out and grab it and say, "Thank you, little one," and just come and bring him in for a hug.
I don't know if you noticed, but the something to remember me by was the same thing I wrote on the letter for Scarlet, the Scarlet letter.
Enough of the sad stuff. Let's drink.
I've been drinking the whole time, by the way.
Our number's already crashed. He doesn't remember anything you just said. You guys just get sloshed until early in the morning. I don't know what time you guys want to start, or if you had anything else.
As I'm drinking, I'm just sharing with Trip stories of our adventure prior to us meeting him.
Yeah, and then I drank like this water stuff, and it made me all like really happy, like kind of content. And I just laid there a little bit, and it was really nice. You should check it out sometime.
You don't have any of that water left?
No, I spent the last of it when we were trying to bring down that astral. Speaking of which, when after you guys take down the next one, and I know that you will, collect the lens from its eyes and come back and visit me, and maybe I can do something with it.
We will.
Can you also roll me a perception?
Oh, that was 18.
Throughout the night, your hat was sitting at the bar the entire time, and you don't know when it disappeared, but at some point it's gone.
Are there rooms at the inn?
Yeah, there's a separate kitchen, and there's a couple bedrooms, as well as there's actually some spare ones in the hospital too.
I'm going to pay for rooms for all of us as well and throw extra gold on the counter or behind the counter for Claude. And just allow us, whoever wants to just stay there for the night. That way no one has to drive home.
He'll give you five separate rooms. You guys go to bed, wake up early morning again, probably about 7, 8 a.m. as yesterday.
Before we go to bed, I want to pull Toad aside.
Just one last request. That sapling, the one you got from your quest, I know you worked really hard, and it's yours. But we're going to be staying here for a while. I was wondering if there's any way you'd be willing to leave it in Felix's room, because I think that they're going to need it more than us. And then they can always bring it back when they're done.
Does it have to be Felix?
I know you're not a big fan of him, and you're not a big fan of Trip either, but Iron Hammer already has that rock, and the last thing that he needs is a healing rock and a healing stick.
All right, for you. And he will leave it in the middle of the night. All right, with you guys bidding your adieus to Top Knot.
See you, loser.
The three of you exit Claude's establishment, pass through the gate, head upstairs, and back up at the portal space. In front of you is a swirling forest. And if you're ready, you can step in.
Step through it.
Felix and Iron Hammer enter first, and Trip right before you step in. You hear Winry behind you, booking it up the stairs, huffing and puffing, and she says,
"I've always loved you."
Yeah, with one leg.
As she's hobbling, wait here, and she will in her hand present a deep purple potion. It's very experimental. I don't know if it'll do what you want it to, but it's the best I could do.
Thank you, Winry. I appreciate it. I'm going to give her like 20 gold.
She pushes it back in your hand. Please, I know we had our issues, but this is on me.
I'm going to give her a hug then.
She'll wrap her arms around you. Be careful, okay?
Careful is my middle name. And then I'm going to walk like slowly backwards into the portal.
Roll me an athletics.
10.
Walking backwards, it looks super cool, except you hit a rock with your right heel and kind of trip a bit, but you catch yourself and fall back into the portal.
Does he like land on his back when he goes through the portal?
No, he does catch himself, but it looks a little awkward.
Indeterminate amount of time later, it's not the same day, maybe like a couple days later, I go to the library and I open the door. Is Leuven in there?
Yes, Leuven is in there with his glasses on, reading at his standing desk.
Hi, Leuven, do you remember me?
He looks up almost shocked and says, yes, Top Knot, how are you?
I'm good. Last time I was here, I gave you a book and you took it into the back. Do you remember?
No, I don't think I do.
I'd like for you to go into the back and get it for me.
I'm sorry. Maybe you can refresh my memory?
I'm sure it's in there. It's like a book with some spiraling on the cover. I'm sure if you just look in the back for a minute, you'll see it.
Let me go check.
As he's in the back, I'm going to lock the door behind me. And if there's a sign that says open, I'm going to turn it to closed.
Menacingly.
There isn't a sign. However, there are windows, but there are blinds.
I close the blinds. I want to set the process of starting to overload my fire stick. I'm going to walk up to the counter that he was at and just hold it underneath the counter for right now.
He will exit the back room and walk back up to the counter and say, I'm sorry, Mr. Topknot, correct?
Hogjob Topknot.
Hogjob Topknot. I'm sorry, I don't remember what book. I didn't see anything back there with your name or anything.
I'm going to flash the, now that I have the tattoo on my arm.
Does this change anything?
Oh, citizen. That's great. I mean, yeah, you can start checking books out if you need to know anything, but unfortunately it doesn't, I can't help you with your lost book.
Okay, so last time I was here on my way out, I noticed after you had gotten the book for me, a look on your face. I noticed that something was a little bit off. And I was just hoping, I don't know.
I pull my my fire stick and I put it on the counter.
Maybe this will jog your memory.
A single bead of sweat rolls down his face. You can see him start to shiver a bit.
Where is my book?
You really do not want to do this.
I'm gonna blow this place sky high, Leuven. Don't test me. I'm on the edge.
Roll me a perception.
6.
Unfortunately, you do not have time to process. Leuven lifts a single finger, and you are frozen solid.
Ooh. I don't have to do no saving throws or anything?
No. Similar to the astral.
What, frozen solid in what way? Frozen solid, like I'm actually frozen because I'm terrified?
Frozen solid, like, yeah, not ice, but like, and not fear, just you're aware of your surroundings, but you have no control of your body.
I can't do anything with that.
Shoot him with your laser beams.
I can't move my hand. All I have to do is let go. But I can't, if I'm frozen, I can't do that.
Now, I'm glad to see you're cooperating now. It might be in your best interest to open those blinds for me, unlock the door, and get out of here, and leave that fire stick.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do it. Kamikaze him. Do it.
No, I'm turning my fire stick off of overload.
You're a weenie.
There's a counter in between us?
Yes.
No. I don't turn it off. I just drop the fire stick on the other side of the counter and then duck behind it. Essentially just dropping a grenade on the other end of the counter. This is not how I thought this was going to go.
Roll me an acrobatics.
3.
Can you roll me damage for that then?
23 points of damage.
As you'd expect, Leuven the librarian is now Leuven the lunch meat, as his body parts are spread everywhere. You take 10 points of damage. You're grazed and cut a bit, but you're still alive.
I'm going to quickly grab whatever pieces of the fire stick that I can, and then I'm going to hop.
Roll me a stealth.
19.
The back room is still open.
I'm going to hide back there. Do I see the book while I'm in the process of hiding?
I was going to say roll me an investigation.
8.
It takes a little while, but you eventually can find it beneath a stack of books inside of a chest.
I'm going to quickly grab it, pocket it, and then continue hiding or escaping if there's like a way out the back or whatever.
You can pocket the book and escape out the, we'll say there's a back door in the back room. You can make it back to your bedroom in the tavern without anybody noticing anything.